two things I love: sausages and Jonathan Lee talking. And we get them both right now. It is our Democracy Sausage segment. It's a good one, and it starts today. Jonathan Lee, he's road tripping through Queensland. Let's bring up the map. He's going to be going through New South Wales, Victoria as well, with a barbecue to get the interests and the opinions of the voting public and to speak with local members and candidates while doing so. Jono's starting today in the seat of Brisbane. He's there with Stephen Bates, the member for Brisbane. He's there just by Felons there. It's a bit too early for a beer. You might be able to do that a little bit later.
Trevor Evans.
That's Trevor Evans right now. Yeah, Stephen was a little earlier. Trevor, he's hoping to turn things around, obviously, this time. But those sausages, they've been cooking for a while. Jono, how are they looking now?
Well, we put the call out for some goat's cheese for you, Pete, but unfortunately there's none down here at present. I've got Trevor Evans with me, the man who wants his seat back for the Liberal National Party, or for the Libs at least. I noticed that your sausages are leaning slightly to the right in a very progressive area. Why are you the man to get your old job back?
Well, I think locals here have had a taste of Greens representation over the last term. They've seen 3 years of never-ending fights and activism, and I think I've got to stand on my record as somebody who delivers real results, whether it's national reforms or better economic management, or indeed local outcomes like infrastructure. That was my track record of delivery, and I think people have some buyer's remorse in relation to the Greens representatives right around Brisbane.
Well, let's talk about that. Peter Dutton needs 20 seats roughly. Yours is key and crucial. You've got 3 seats here in inner city Brisbane.
Yep.
Griffith, Brisbane, Blair, I think it is
Ryan. Yep.
Who all went Green. Do you think the Greens will hold on in at least one of those?
Hard to say. What I can say here in Brisbane and, with the people that I'm talking to is that, the Greens have come under scrutiny finally in the last few years, and I think they've come up wanting. I think a lot of folks who...
Are you one of those people who say they're more worried about Palestine than Penrith and Perth?
Well, I guess the point I'd make is that lots of people thought that they were voting for a warm, fuzzy environmental party that might just protest a little bit but fundamentally be warm and sound, and instead they've got representatives who do seem more interested in Middle East politics than they are about the cost of living crisis, and certainly don't do anything in terms of the local environment, barely talk about it, and instead seem to be preoccupied with sort of extreme and radical social policies.
Pete, we've spoken to a few people earlier this morning. There's certainly a sense of cost of living being important here on the ground, and also housing, the sense that something needs to be done. They just don't know quite what should be done. What's the important issue for you this election?
For me, it's all with the youth crime.
Really? That serious?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, because I had my car stolen, been broken into it.
No, I just don't. I'm just on the fence, mate. Yeah.
I think there's a housing thing. I think like all of us, we always want a good job and everything, but the expense of the housing is phenomenal for people, younger generation who are coming through for first home buying. It's almost impossible.
Trevor, before I go, perhaps a pricklier question. Why is Peter Dutton failing to cut through at present?
I think that this campaign period's a strange one in terms of the school holidays and all of the public holidays. I think cutting through, is always a challenge in times like that. But look, there's still almost 3 weeks to go on the campaign trail. I think the policy announcements that we made yesterday in relation to home ownership are incredibly important. And I think if we can stay on message, keep talking about the very big issues here in Brisbane and across the country, cost of living and home ownership, I think we can cut through and we can win this election.
I know I said last question, but a quick one. Have we lost any sense of reform now, especially tax reform? Both parties are effectively just opening up the purse and offering people money to vote for them.
I think our track record is of delivering serious tax reforms. The last time we were in government, we talked about stage 3 tax cuts. But there was a stage 1 and a stage 2 before then, and it involved the simplification of Australia's income tax scales, not to mention the things we did with corporate tax. I think we're up for big debates and big reforms like that if we have the opportunity to form government and serve again.
You're certainly going to need a big finish. Thank you very much for your time.
No worries. Thank you.
Pete, back to you.
Just one more question, because I'm obsessed with the details of these sorts of important matters. But what sort of a sausage have you got down there? Are they breakfast snags, or are they Cumberland pork sausages, beef, Kransky? What do you got there, Jono?
It is an opening salvo when it comes to the democracy sausage. What I can tell you is we've gone the traditional barbecue sausage. We have also gone for the lamb and mince. I think it's important that modern day and age that we also go a little bit of mustard, although we
Oh,
could probably
no,
draw a line
definitely.
through the American at the moment.
Yeah.
That is just Northern Hemisphere mustard at this point in time. But it's good, mate. It smells amazing down here.
I bet
nice
I can
backdrop,
smell it
good
through the
food, good
screen.
flavour. The hard part is not eating them.
No, well, I'm sure
Yeah, I
you
bet
will.
you
I mean,
can.
in between
And-
crosses.
and-
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to say, and the herbs. If you get a bit of chance, put some butter on the and herbs on the onions, makes all the difference.
But no cheese.
Chef's
It's got to
kiss.
be cheese. See, it's for me. It's a sausage. It's tomato sauce. It's mustard. It's onion, and it's cheese. And there is real estate. There's enough real
Yeah,
estate for all of
yeah.
that. I'm telling you. Jono, Trevor, thank you. We'll chat again soon.